Nope, I'm still muted. There we go. Finally unmuted myself. That's awesome. All right, Scuff stream is well and officially underway. Heavy cream. Wonderful. Put that over there. Move my tea so that I don't accidentally knock this over. Oh, that's good tea. Fuck, that's good tea. I'm going to move my mic as well. There we go. Mike's actually unmuted now for realsies this time. Woo, the scuff is real. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. And get rid of that. Okay. Wonderful. Where's that? Oh, there it is. That's the button. That's the button I was looking for. Okay. Go. Wonderful. Awesome. Okay. That's great. Yeah, it's just a void right now. My brand new void. I purchased it at the Void store. That's the button. That's the button I was looking for. We're on commercial right now, just waiting for this game to get started. I have 2 drinks right now. Okay. I have this incredibly lovely black tea right in my very fun brand new mug right here because it is a cold day out and I want something warm. That's the button I was looking for. And then we got our Brave Bulldog right now, because I guess it's the drink for this game to get started. So I might as well make it in half right now, even though I do not particularly like it, and I'm looking forward to incredibly lovely black tea right in my very fun brand new mug right here. because I purchased it at the Void store. That's warm. That's the button. And then we got our Brave commercial right now. Just waiting. I guess it's for this game to get started. Today's going to be basically just hoping that my Patriots right now, though I do not particularly like it, and I'm looking forward to incredibly lovely the black right now. Very fun. My brand new Void here because I purchased it at the Void store. That's warm. That's the button. And then we got our Brave commercial right now. Just waiting. I guess it's for this game to get started. Today's going to be basically just hoping that my Patriots right now, though I do not particularly like it, and I'm looking forward to incredibly lovely black right now. Very fun. My brand new Void here because I purchased it at the Void store. That's warm. That's the button. And then we got our Brave commercial right now. Just waiting. I guess it's for this game to get started. Today's going to be basically just hoping that my Patriots right now, though I do not particularly like it, and I'm looking forward to incredibly lovely black right now. Very fun. My brand new Void here because I purchased it at the Void store. That's warm. That's the button. And then we got our Brave commercial right now. Just waiting. I guess it's for this game to get started. Today's going to be basically just hoping that my Patriots right now, though I do not particularly like it, and I'm looking forward to incredibly lovely black right now. Very fun. My brand new Void here because I purchased it at the Void store. That's warm. That's the button. And then we got our Brave commercial right now. Just waiting. I guess it's for this game to get started. Today's going to be basically just hoping that my Patriots right now, though I do not particularly like it, and I'm looking forward to incredibly lovely black right now. It's very fun. My brand new Void here because I purchased it at the Void store. That's warm. That's the button. And then we got our Brave commercial right now. Just waiting. I guess it's I unmuted the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, desktop audio is now properly muted, so I apologize for what was almost certainly horrific audio up to that point, but that should thankfully now be fixed. Bo Nix up in the box, looking sad, looking injured. God, that was rough, man. Can't believe that. You know, you knock off the Bills and Josh Allen, you're riding high, you're on top of everything, looking forward to a date with the Patriots. And then Bo Nix, ankle hurt. You got to start Jarrett Stidham. Oh, that is brutal. That is some tough sledding right there. Oh. That drink really doesn't get any better. You just kind of get used to it. The worst part is this foam on the top. Like, honestly, far and away the worst part of this drink. Entire drinking experience is just trying to avoid basically this like nasty foam on the top of it. But kickoff is away, and it is kicked into the back of the end zone. We are starting off with a touchback here. Go ahead and move the possession football over to the other side, and we will see what the Stid has in store for us. All right. Let's see. Now, the purpose of the Void right here is to see if I can show, holy shit, what is that? Okay, come on now. See if I can show the little play-by-play from ESPN. Ew, that's atrocious. Okay, maybe not. Never mind. I'll have to troubleshoot that later. Anyways, 1st and 10, Stidham under center, takes the snap, hands it off to RJ Harvey, who is going to go up the middle for basically nothing, going to pick up maybe 1 yard on that carry. That is going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Broncos here. This is Jarrett Stidham's 5th career start. He's got a 1-3 record. Patriots defense only allowed a single touchdown this entire postseason, so this is a interesting showdown, to put it nicely. All right, 2nd and 9. Stidham back under center. Two backs in the backfield. Sends a man in motion. Takes a snap, hands it off. Going to try the middle again, and absolutely nothing doing there. RJ Harvey probably going to lose a yard on that carry, and that is going to bring up 3rd and 10. Broncos trying to establish the run early, and the Patriots are determined to not let them do that. They are going to force this game squarely on Stidham's shoulders, force him to beat them. That is exactly how this Patriots defense wants to run this game. All right, Stidham in shotgun now on 3rd and long, back lined up to his right. Showing trips to the bottom of the screen. Snap is away. Stidham drops back. Pressure coming. Scrambles out to his right side, and he is going to get that ball off. Going to avoid a sack, but that is going to bring up 4th and 9. Patriots defense putting the clamps on early and forcing a 3-and-out to start this game. Woo! Oh, it looks like it's going to be a long day ahead for the Broncos. Milton Williams on that one, just blowing up the left guard. Got some immediate pressure straight up the gut. So the Broncos now send out the punt unit. Marcus Jones is back to return for the Patriots. Their incredible all-around player. Really does everything, special teams and defense. You'll see. Snap is away. Punt gets off. Long hanging punt back to, back to inside the 10-yard line. That was a booming punt right there. Completely flipped the field. We'll see where they spot him. Looks like it's going to be at about the 8-yard line. And that is where this Patriots offense, led by Drake May, will take over. All right. Let me see if I get... Okay, let's see. Maybe it'll be decent now. Are you going to be decent now? Doesn't look so. Okay. We'll come back to that. All right, 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line. May under center, back in the backfield. Looks like it's Stevenson. May takes the snap, hands it off. Stevenson right up the middle and is going to power forward for about 5 yards on that carry. Bring up a very manageable 2nd down. Yep, sure is Stevenson. Whew, oh my goodness. Drake May, a nearly 70% completion percentage against the blitz with a 17-0 touchdown to interception ratio. That is insane. And the Broncos, this defense loves to blitz, so they might be in for a rough day on both sides of the ball. 2nd and 5 now. May in the I formation, takes the snap, hands it off. Stevenson going up the middle and is going to get nothing. Stopped right at the line. Broncos defense came to play on that one, and that is going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Patriots. They're going to give them a yard. They're going to say 3rd and 4. Now we'll see. This might be a defensive battle to start off with. Both of these defenses are top caliber. They are ready to come out and make a statement. See if the Patriots can pick up a big 3rd down early on in this game. They were 3 of 14 on their 3rd downs in the divisional round against Houston, so they've struggled on 3rd down. May alone in shotgun, takes a snap, throws over the middle, and that is incomplete. Lucky it wasn't picked off. He was looking for Diggs on that throw, but threw it into double coverage. That is going to bring up 4th and 4. Patriots going to send out the punt team, so both of these offenses open with 3-and-outs. Ooh, that was an excellent job. What was that? It's the Broncos linebacker, number 9. Is that Hufanga? Talanoa Hufanga? Let me check. Excellent job there. Looking like he was carrying that crosser and then darting back to break that one up. Bryce Behringer, former MSU Spartan punter back for the Patriots, sends this punt away. That one's got a lot of hang time on it and it is going to be fielded right about the 40, where he's brought down immediately by Schooler. That's the Patriots gunner right there. And so that is where the Broncos will take back over. We may be seeing a lot of punts to start this game off. Let me see. Who is that player on the Broncos defense? Number 9. Ooh. Yeah, that is Talanoa Hufanga. Man. It's just an excellent play. He looked like he was carrying that crosser, and then when May thought he had the inside slant to throw to Diggs, just jumped right over and nearly picked that ball off. That ball sort of was in and out of his breadbasket. That would have been a back-breaking pick early. Back-breaking, probably not the right word. Would have been a brutal pick, though, setting the Broncos up with basically a guaranteed field goal. All right. Okay. Let's see, what if we add, we're on commercial right now, and I'm going to try finicking around with stuff to see if I can get the little Gamecast showing up here. If I do this, I think, hold on, if I do, let me see, if I push you over here, then I have you like that. We're getting sneaky with it right here. Settings. Let me see, and then if I take this, we do a little bump and a little bump and a little bump. All right, 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Stidham in shotgun, back lined up to his right. Stidham takes a snap, drops back, pressure coming immediately, scrambles out of the pocket, somehow manages to avoid it, throws downfield, and that is incomplete, intended for R.J. Harvey on the deep comeback route. That is going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Broncos. Here we go. Get this, move this one all the way down. Yeah, there we go. Whoop, not that one. All right, it's kind of scuffed, but we got a little something on now. Oh, that's funny. Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to hide that because that is significantly further ahead than where I am right now. I'm on 2nd and 10, and they're already on 3rd and 10. Spoilers. 2nd and 10, Stidham alone in shotgun. Love delays that aren't synced up. Stidham takes a snap. Patriots bring pressure, tries to throw a little screen, and that is incomplete. A little bit too far downfield, off the outstretched hands of the intended receiver. I believe that was Marvin Mims, and that is going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Broncos. Okay. Well, we live with the void for now. I'll find something interesting to put in here before our NFC Championship game. That might be a halftime thing. 3rd and 10, Stidham in shotgun, back lined up to his left. Stidham with the snap, drops back, Patriots bringing pressure, goes downfield, wants it all, has a man open, and that is caught. That is a huge completion to Marvin Mims. Just beat his man, had a clean 2 yards, and was that Gonzalez in coverage? Whew. That is rough because Christian Gonzalez, he's one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. Yeah, just caught him flat-footed there and just clean beat him with that top speed. And that is going to put the Broncos all the way down on basically the 5-yard line of the Patriots. That was a beautifully delivered ball by Stidham right there. All right, dang. Talk about a shot of energy early on. That's the kind of play that gets an offense going right there. Woo! Oh, the Satan horse is in full effect, I guess. All right, Broncos going to take their first timeout. Is this an injury timeout, actually? Nope. Broncos just straight up taking a timeout. 11:06 left to go in this game, and it is 1st and goal for the Broncos. Yeah, he just clean beat Gonzalez. Like, that doesn't happen often. He had basically a full yard on him. That's crazy. Damn. All right, 1st and goal now for the Broncos. Stidham under center, back in the backfield. It's J.K. Dobbins back there. Stidham sends a man in motion. Takes a snap, hands it off. A little end-around action, makes the first man miss, and is going to basically fight his way back up to the line of scrimmage, but maybe a yard further. Ball on the 6-yard line now with 10:53, 52, 51, 10:50 left to go in this first quarter. A little cheeky end-around action. It was Clayvion Chasen who was in excellent position to make a play on that one, just barely missed that initial tackle. But rest of the defense rallied, brought him down, stopped that from becoming a big play. So it is 2nd and goal now from the 6-yard line. Stidham up under center. Harvey in the backfield. Sends a man in motion. Stidham takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, throwing for the end zone, and that is caught. Courtland Sutton with the first touchdown of the game. Broncos are on the board first, and this is not going to be a walk in the park for the Patriots. My New Englander came out on that one. I started saying walk in the park. Just a simple little bootleg right here. Sutton moving to the inside. Everybody inside leveraged on him, just snuck to the back corner of the end zone where he was wide ass open for the touchdown. That puts the Broncos on the board first. Lining up for the extra point right now. Hold is down, kick is up, kick is good. Just like that, the Broncos have taken a 7-0 lead in this game, and Stidham has thrown his first touchdown pass since 2024. Started off with that huge deep bomb to Marvin Mims, and then just a beautifully drawn up little play action bootleg on the goal line for the touchdown to Courtland Sutton. And we got a game, folks. Whew. We got a game. We got a horrible drink right here. And we are on commercial break. I do not like that. That's bad. That's bad, but hey, it is what it is. Oh, at least the tea is wonderful, you know? I've got two very diametrically opposed drinks right now. I have a cold drink that is atrocious, and I have a warm drink that is incredibly lovely. And they just, they kind of balance themselves out. And then most importantly of all, I have water, which is also void colored. We got void colored water. Looks like this game is not going to be as much of a write-off as people may have thought it was. Stidham striking early with that massive deep bomb. I don't know, maybe it is growing on me. I think the actual body of the drink is decently good. I think it really is just the foam on top of this drink that is like positively nightmarish. Like the body of the drink is actually relatively well balanced, but the foam is just like all of the fakest parts of this Kahlua mixed with like the most bitter parts of the Moxie. Yeah. Oh, time to wake up. You are a Giants fan. How are you feeling about the Harbaugh hire? I mean, I know this was a rough season, but you got a lot of talent on that team, and I think, you get some half-decent coaching. You could be in for a, best case scenario, I think kind of a Patriots level turnaround going into 2026. All right, coming back from commercial right now. Lovely little flyover from Power Field. Have to wonder if that altitude is maybe taking a little bit of a toll on this Patriots team as they are getting acclimated to the height. Kick is away. It's a low kick. Fielded just shy of the 5, or turned out to the 15 to the 20. 25, 30, breaks one tackle, but then is brought down at about the 33-yard line, and that is where the Patriots move this on over. We'll start. Fun little snowball graphic detailing the Patriots' turnaround right now. 50-50, that sounds about right, yeah. I feel like Giants and Jets fans, like neither of those fan bases can ever truly trust anything with their teams. All right, May in shotgun on 1st and 10. Takes a snap, drops back, scanning the field, throws over the middle, and that is going to be complete to Stephon Diggs for about a 5-yard gain. And that is going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Patriots as they look to get this offense rolling. 9:58, 57, 56, 55. 9 minutes, 54 seconds left to go in this first quarter. I'm going to call that a 4-yard gain, so it's actually 2nd and 6 for the Patriots. May up under center this time, coming out in the I formation. Sends a man in motion, takes a snap. May hands it off to Stevenson, who's going to go up the gut and be just shy of the first down marker. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Patriots looking to avoid another 3 and out here. See what they have drawn up for this 3rd and short. I have a video I'm working on. It's probably going to be out in the next week, fingers crossed, but on how running from shotgun in these like 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 situations is actually a really good idea. And sure enough, the Patriots come out in shotgun. May takes a snap, hands it off to Stevenson, who's going to go up the middle and looks like he's going to pick it up. We'll see where they spot him. No signal from the refs yet, but they give it to him. That is a 1st down for the Patriots, and they keep this drive moving. Looks like they brought in Tonga, one of their defensive players, as basically a fullback on that one. Yeah, it got just enough push to pick up that 1st down. Broncos did a good job rallying to it. 1st and 10 now from the Broncos 43. May in shotgun, Stevenson to his left. May changing the protection at the line. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, throws the screen to Diggs, who is met instantly, stays on his feet, but then is brought down by 2 more Broncos for a loss of maybe 2 on the play. Yeah, they're going to call it a loss of 2. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 12. Looked like a really well drawn up play, but the Broncos defense read it even better. Just an incredible job right there from 29, getting penetration and blowing that screen up before it had a chance to develop. 7:46, 45, 44, 43, 7:42 left to go in this first quarter. May back in shotgun again, Stevenson to his right this time. Motions his tight end. May takes a snap, drops back, looking left side, wants it all, unloading deep for incomplete. Intended for number 9, but I believe that was Pat Surtain who had him absolutely strapped down on that one. Yeah, Pat Surtain in coverage. Kayshon Boutte could not get a step, and Surtain did a great job getting a hand on that one and breaking that ball up. May's one of the best deep ball throwers in the league, but Surtain just gave him absolutely nowhere to go with the ball on that one. And so that brings up 3rd and 12 for the Patriots. See what they have drawn up here. May in shotgun, Stevenson to his right, takes a snap, pressure coming early. May gets it off to Diggs, who is going to get chased down from behind, going to pick up maybe 2 yards. But that is going to bring up 4th and 10, and that will bring out the punt unit for the Patriots. Yeah, Moxie is basically like the most aggressive root beer you've ever had in your life. Yeah, it's a little crossing route to Diggs, but he had 2 DBs right on him. And Will Campbell just totally whiffed that block on Nick Bonito. Bonito came in with a really wide angle. Will Campbell couldn't quite get there. So Bryce Behringer back to punt. Snap is away. Punt is off. hangs in the air forever. See where it drops. It's taking a friendly bounce for the Patriots down to about the 22-yard line. So not the greatest punt for Behringer, but fixes the field position a little bit, and we will see what the Broncos offense can do when we return from commercial. Patriots feeling the effects of being on the road. They are off to a rough start in this game. So not only does Moxie sound like a 1950s drink, it's actually like an early 1900s drink. It's one of basically the original wave of like mass market sodas in the US. So think like your Dr. Peppers, your Coca-Colas, right? It's one of like the OG sodas. Yeah, you can see actually on the bottle, I don't know if this shows up in the video, but the company that made Moxie was established in 1884. So the actual full name is Moxie Original Elixir, because this is from the era where sodas and soft drinks were still being basically sold and marketed as like pharmaceuticals. They were things that your pharmacist would prescribe to you to, treat your cold or whatever happened to ail you, right? It's why the original Coca-Cola had cocaine in it, because back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, cocaine was actually used as a treatment for morphine addiction. Fun little fact right there. I don't think original Moxie had any drugs in it. I think it was just the gentian root, which makes this so bitter, that they basically thought had medicinal properties in it. I believe that's the case for Moxie. But yeah, it's a New England classic, more specifically like New Hampshire, Maine. But it's kind of floated all around. It was originally from Lowell, moved up to New Hampshire. It's sort of got the most cultural impact in Maine. Kind of moves around a lot. Yeah, the original name of Moxie was Moxie Nerve Food, which makes it sound like a poison, honestly. We'll flyover of Denver with the Rocky Mountains in the background as we return from commercial break. Whew, 27 degrees out there in Denver. 1st and 10 for the Broncos with the ball on their own 23-yard line. Stidham under center, back in the backfield. Stidham takes a snap, hands it off to Harvey, who is going to go up the middle, make a man miss, and then pick up some burst. Excellent running from Harvey on that carry. Defense had him dead to rights, but he made a miss and picked up 8 on that one, bringing up 2nd and 2. Whew. Yeah, Patriots were playing quarters in that deep shot against Marvin Mims, so there was no deep safety help over the top for Gonzalez. And that meant once Mims beat him on that move, basically, it was just run into green grass. All right, they're going to call it a 9-yard gain, so 2nd and 1 for the Broncos. Stidham in shotgun. Dobbins to his right. Stidham takes a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, and throws a floater, which is going to be caught by number 13. I believe that's Pat Bryant. Check that real quick. Yep, Pat Bryant for the 1st down. Just a simple little play action rollout concept here. Looks like they might have gotten away with a little bit of a hold on Clavian Chasen, but it is what it is. 1st down for the Broncos with 5:20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 5:15 left to go in this 1st quarter. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Stidham in shotgun, back lined up to his left, takes a snap, fakes the handoff and carries it himself. Entire defense was fooled on that one and picked up 8 yards before he had to slide down. Broncos getting a little bit cheeky with it, little QB option right here. Clavon Chasen completely bit on that one. He did not think Stidham was going to pull that and keep it himself. Stidham showing off a little bit of wheels there on that carry. It's going to bring up 2nd and 2 for the Broncos. Sean Payton calling an excellent game on offense right now. All right, 2nd and 2, Stidham under center. 2 backs in the backfield, takes the snap, hands it off. Harvey going up the middle. Not much running room, but it looks like he may have picked up the first down. We'll see where they spot this one. Yep, they're going to say he got it. Just barely picked up the 2 yards for the first down. And so that is going to give the Broncos offense a fresh set of downs to work with as we approach 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Gotta say, Stidham's doing a great job leading this offense right now. He's making the big throws when he needs to make the big throws, and he hasn't, done anything crazy with the football just yet. Stidham under center on 1st and 10. Single back in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it off. Harvey looking for room up the middle and is going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe pick up 1 extra yard. Patriots defense did a much better job stopping the run on that one, and that is going to bring up 2nd and 9. Empower Field is packed. Everybody in Denver is out for this game. Ooh, and we've got an injured Patriot down on the field. Ooh, that's middle linebacker Robert Spillane. That is a big loss for the Patriots. That's kind of the heart of the middle of this defense. I'm rooting for the Patriots. So I was born in Michigan, but I grew up in New England. So I like to say that growing up, I was a Lions fan as penance for being a Patriots fan. And then there was like 3 years where it felt like those kind of flipped. And I was suddenly, a Patriots fan as penance for being a Lions fan. And now, because I can't have 2 good teams at once, I guess, things are feeling like they've started to flip back the other way. So I'm rooting for the Patriots, but honestly, I would be happy with a Broncos win here. I think a Jarrett Stidham versus Sam Darnold Super Bowl would just be so funny and would be like the most apt summary of this season. I truly can't think of a game that would summarize the madness of this season better than a Sam Darnold, Jarrett Stidham Super Bowl. But we'll see. Patriots are my team, but they're very sort of firmly my number 2 team. So I'd like them to win, but I'm not going to be losing any sleep over it. On commercial right now. We've got a very snowy day here, though not as snowy as it was projected to be. Supposed to be basically a foot of snow here, and then it ended up just being a wintry mix of sleet and shit. So, kind of disappointing, but I don't know. Guess it'll make it easier for them to clear the roads. Pull up this as well. There we go. All right. So you're finally back from commercial? Yep. All right, finally back from commercial. Spillane is walking off on his own power, but he's walking into the blue tent, so maybe out with a concussion. We'll see if he's able to come back. In the meantime, Patriots defense will have to hold. Broncos have the ball on their own 45-yard line. Stidham in shotgun, back lined up to his left. Stidham takes the snap, hands it off to Harvey, who's going to try to go up the middle and is going to get absolutely nothing. Stuffed right at the line by Craig Woodson. And that is going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Broncos. All right, 3rd and 9. Stidham back in shotgun, takes the snap. Patriots bringing pressure, and he throws over the middle, and that is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Courtland Sutton. He had the throw and delivered a pretty good ball right there, but Sutton just couldn't quite bring that one down. Matched up one-on-one on Gonzo, had the in route, got the separation. Ball was just a little bit behind him, and it was on his numbers so quickly he couldn't quite make the adjustment to bring that one in. That is a big drop for Sutton, and that is going to bring out the punting unit for the Broncos. Broncos have 46 dropped passes this season. That is the most in the NFL. That is rough. Punt is away. And it is going to bounce harmlessly into the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots will recover the ball with honestly pretty decent field position, all things considered, and they will look to get on the scoreboard, erase that 0 when we come back. 2:20 left to go in the first quarter. Got a Dunkin' ad right now, which feels very appropriate for a Pats game. Colts fan by default. Giants fan by choice? By choice? My condolences. I feel like there's got to be a story for that one. All right. 1st and 10 for the Patriots on their own 20-yard line. May under center hands it off to Henderson, who's going to go up the middle and pick up about 4 yards on that carry for being stood up. That is going to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Pats. 2:08, 07, 06, 05, 2:04 left to go in this first quarter. Broncos fans making noise, getting loud out there in Denver. Pats having some trouble communicating. May under center. Henderson in the backfield. Takes a snap. Fakes the handoff. Rolls out to his right. Pressure coming. Tries to stiff arm the defender, but Robinson would not be denied. And he brings down May for a big loss. That's going to be a sack of about, 10 yards maybe? Only 5 yards. Not as bad as it initially looked. God. Robinson, an excellent job sticking to his tight end for just long enough and then peeling off to bring down May. Almost got him by the face mask, but just barely managed to avoid grabbing anything there. So that is going to bring up 3rd and 15 for the Patriots. May in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, scans the field, tries to check it down to Stevenson, but the pass is low and incomplete. That is going to bring up 4th and 15. Patriots offense just has not been able to get any momentum going against this Broncos defense. They have pretty much shut this offense down so far. I believe, 4 drives so far, 3 of them have been 3 and outs. Not only is that rough on your offense, that's rough on your defense because they've got 0 time to rest. Behringer punts this one away. We will see fielded at about the 44-yard line before immediately being dragged down by Schooler. That is one of the best gunners in the league right there. Excellent job on punt coverage. He had 2 what's the right name for the blockers? Just 2 blockers, I guess. 2 blockers on him, doing their best to bully him and stop him from getting to the ball, but he did not care. Shed them easily and dragged down Marvin Mims at the Broncos' 43-yard line. That is where their offense will start when we return from commercial. A Stidham Super Bowl run would be just beautiful, chaotic madness. Like, that's one of the ones where it's just like, it's just a good story, you know? Ugh. Plus, I'm a Lions fan, but I'm an MSU graduate. So any chance I get to dunk on U of M, I will take. And the Vikings moving on from Sam Darnold to be like, no, we've got J.J. McCarthy. He's a good quarterback, guys, I swear. And then immediately having Sam Darnold go to the Seahawks and win a Super Bowl with the Seahawks. Oh, just chef's kiss. It would be beautiful. Yeah. God, this was, I feel bad for the Colts this year. The Colts this year were a great example of the dangers of going all in, right? Like, it's the thing that every fan base always wants. It's the thing that GMs always get, shit for not doing. But the Colts are a really good, what's it called? Cautionary tale. They're a great cautionary tale of what happens when you go all in and it doesn't pan out, Like, I loved the trade for Sauce Gardner. Your team was in excellent playoff position. It looked like a logical trade to boost your defense, really go on a Super Bowl run. And then I didn't follow it super closely, but everything imploded. And then you miss the playoffs entirely. Like, that is just rough. That is brutal. And now you don't have a first-round pick in the draft, It's just, my heart goes out. That is a tough break right there. All right, back from commercial now. Surprisingly, the time of possession has actually been pretty even, but Denver's offense has just been far more efficient so far in this game. That big play to Mims really kind of gave them a boost. Right up the middle, it's Dobbins on the first carry. He's going to pick up... Oh, sorry, no, that's McLaughlin. Oh, I've been calling out the wrong running back this entire time. It's number 38, Jaleel McLaughlin, on the carry. Picks up 3 yards on that carry. Brings up 2nd and 7. (24, 23, 22, 21). 20 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Stidham in shotgun. McLaughlin to his right. Takes a snap. Throws left side. That is going to be caught by a wide open Evan Ingram, who's going to get pushed out of bounds just shy the first down marker, I think. We will see. Clock is still running. That's going to run us down to the end of the quarter. So the Broncos will start off the second quarter with a 7-0 lead. They're going to say that Ingram actually did get the first down, so it will be 1st and 10 on the Patriots' 47-yard line when we come back from commercial for the second quarter. We will see if the Broncos can put even more points on the board in the second quarter, or we'll see if this Patriots defense can get another stop and hopefully get some momentum for their offense to get something rolling. There are certain teams that just have other teams' numbers, where it's just anytime that matchup comes up, it's one that you just go, oh, fuck, can we play any team except this team? I know being a Patriots fan growing up, that was the Giants, right? It was we would just annihilate any other team, but for some reason we play fucking Eli Manning, and all of a sudden we shit our pants and can't win a single goddamn game. Oh. But again, as someone who had at least some level of investment in the Patriots growing up, I am aware that I truly cannot complain about anything regarding that team, you know? Talk about having it good growing up. God, I missed Prime LT. I don't think when, because let me check. Yeah, because I didn't really get into football until later on. So early on, my following of football was very kind of just like surface level. Anyways, 1st and 10 for the Broncos on the Patriots' 47-yard line. Stidham under center, McLaughlin in the backfield. Stidham takes a snap, fakes the handoff. Pressure coming, drops it off to McLaughlin, who manages to get back to the first down marker, picks up about a yard. And that is going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Broncos. They're going to say 2 yards. They're going to say 2nd and 8. 14-40, 39, 38, 37, 36. 14-35 in this second quarter. Oh my God. Those Belichick defenses were no joke early on, I swear. 2nd and 8, Stidham in shotgun, Harvey to his right. Stidham takes a snap, drops back, throws over the middle, and that is going to be caught by Courtland Sutton for about 6 yards. That is going to bring up 3rd down. Jarrett Stidham started this game 0 of 3 and has since gone 6 of 7 for 74 yards and a touchdown. Sorry, I'm Gen Z. I had to do that one. All right, 3rd and 3 for the Broncos. Stidham in shotgun. Patriots mugging the line. Play clock running down. Stidham gets the snap off. Looks left side. Throws, and that is going to be caught by number 17. Is that? Check real quick. Who the hell's 17 on the Broncos? That Humphrey. Little Jordan Hump. All right, so that brings up a fresh set of downs to the Broncos. Stidham in shotgun. Backline up to his left. Stidham delayed handoff to Harvey, who is going to punch it up the middle for about 9 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 1 from the 26-yard line. Harvey has been having a great game running the ball. He has been just getting some really good blocks up front and then translating that into big yardage for the Broncos. Hasn't ripped off a real explosive one yet, but he has been doing an incredible job just picking up yards where they're available and turning a couple of these plays that look like they're going to be blown up before anything happens into some big gains. 2nd and 1. Broncos run it straight up the gut, picking up the first down. That's Adam Prentice, the fullback, on the carry for that one. Picking up a gain of about 4, it looks like. $11:55, 54, 53, 52, 51, $11:50 left to go in the second quarter. Stidham under center on this 1st and 10 from the Patriots' 23-yard line. Broncos in the I formation. Takes a snap, hands it off. Harvey looking for something up the middle and is going to pick up about 3 yards on the carry. That is going to bring up 2nd and 7. Anthony Jennings a little bit slow to get up on the Patriots there. They're going to say it's 2nd and 8. They're going to say that's only a 2-yard gain. God, the Broncos have outgained the Patriots 119-12. Just nuts. Patriots offense has to get something going on their next drive. Stidham in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, scanning the field, nothing available, takes off scrambling, and is going to pick up about a yard before he's brought down. Was a bit late trying to slide on that one. Got hit with a tackle from the linebacker. Great work on the Patriots secondary, covering up everything downfield on that one. And then number 51, Gibbons, that's Robert Spillane's replacement. He made sure to let Stidham know that if he's going to run it, he's going to get hit. So 3rd and 6 now. Big third down for the Patriots. Ball on the 20-yard line. Stidham in shotgun, back lined up to his right. Broncos have 4 wide receivers out there in a 2-by-2 split. Snap is away. Stidham rolls out away from pressure to his right side. He's going to take off running, and he is going to be just shy of the first down marker. That is going to be 4th and 1 from the 14-yard line. We will see what the Broncos decide to do. Do they take the 3 points, or do they go for the conversion? You can see Patriots brought pressure off the left side. Ooh, we'll see where they spot that. It looks like he may have almost gotten there. See if a challenge comes in or not. No challenge. 4th and 1. Play clock ticking down right now. Broncos still in the huddle. Broncos going to have to take their second timeout of the half. So Broncos burning those timeouts early. We'll see if it comes back to bite them. 9:28 left to go in the second quarter. As Sean Payton flips through his menu, sees what he has as a 4th down play call. Cameraman doing a real good job of getting a clear shot of Sean Payton's play calling sheet right there. Robert Spillane jogging on the Patriots sideline. He's still got his helmet off though, so we'll see if he's able to rejoin this game or not. Vrabel has assumed the position as the Broncos come out. Stidham under center, 4th and 1. Patriots crowding the line. Stidham fakes the handoff, gets chased immediately, and is intercepted by Craig Woodson. They're calling it incomplete. They're saying he didn't catch it. But anyways, that basically is the same thing. It is a turnover on downs. Incredible coverage from Craig Woodson on that one. Patriots got great pressure right up the gut instantly. Yeah, it looks like that's incomplete, but basically the same field position regardless. So the Patriots defense come up with a big stop. Broncos tried to pick up the first down, really make a big statement, but that stop keeps this a 1-score game. So we will see if the Patriots can use that defensive momentum to maybe get something going on offense here when we return from commercial break. Man, Bill Belichick, it's just like, I will always push back on the Bill Belichick slander that tries to basically say like he was never a good coach and it was all just Brady. Because you look at the early like Patriots teams, you know, like 03, 04 era, you know, like that was a Belichick defense that won games, and Brady was basically the game manager who didn't lose the games. But he's kind of the equivalent of like that politician who's just stayed in Congress for too long and really should have just like retired a while ago. It's just like, I get it. At that point, you've got like an obsession with football and you just need to keep coaching. But man, sometimes you got to know when it's over. But we'll see. We'll see if, I don't know. Maybe he turns around the ship at North Carolina this year, you know? I doubt it, but hey, anything can happen. Let me pull up something. Ba-ba-da-ba. Yeah. All right. Back from commercial now. 9:22 left to go in this second quarter. And we will see if the Patriots offense can finally get a first down and get something going here. Got the ball on their own 14-yard line. May in shotgun, backline up to his right. Takes a snap, drops back. Pressure coming immediately. And May wiggles out of it, but is going to get brought down eventually. Picks up 4 yards. Oh, it is a rough day for this Patriots offense right now. It's going to be 2nd and 14 from their own 6-yard line, I think. Or wait, no, own 11-yard line, sorry. Completely lost track of where I was. All right, they're going to say it's a loss of 3, so 2nd and 13 for the Patriots. May alone in shotgun. Sorry, back line up to his right. May drops back, throws left side. Big throw, incomplete. Wanted Pop Douglas, but he was already basically out of bounds. Talanoa Huafongo is coming over to break that ball up, and that is going to bring up 3rd and 13 for the Patriots. Would have been a hell of a catch if Douglas could have hauled that one in. That ball was just a little bit too high, and he was a bit too close to the sideline to really have any sort of reasonable shot at bringing that one in. So we'll see. It might be another 3 and out for the Patriots offense, unless they can convert this big 3rd and 13 from their own 11-yard line. May takes a snap. Broncos only rush 4. May unloads over the middle, and that is going to be caught by Mac Hollins for a huge Patriots first down. That's going to move the chains. That's the kind of spark they needed. Just got wide ass open over the middle of the field. Let's see what happened here. Patriots offensive line did a good job picking up that pressure from the Broncos. And then, yeah, Mac Hollins just got open on the dig route, actually bobbled that ball initially, but managed to eventually haul it in. So that gives the Patriots a fresh set of downs at their own 31-yard line. May takes a snap, hands it off to Stevenson, who's going to try the middle of the field and is going to get pushed forwards for about 2 yards. That is going to bring up 2nd and 8 with 7:47, 46, 45, 7:44 left to go in this second quarter. God, yeah. Pete Carroll's another one who it's like, I loved when he came back to the Raiders. I thought that could really turn things around, and then the Raiders proved to be stronger than Pete Carroll. May in shotgun on 2nd and 8. Got a back lined up to either side. Takes a snap, drops back, throws over the middle. That is going to be caught by Stephon Diggs for about 4 yards. That is going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Patriots. Patriots offense trying to keep this one moving. There's a great video by a YouTuber called Hayden that came out recently, which the video is about CTE and concussions. It's a really well done video, but he basically points out that football, especially for those who play it and coach it, is an addiction. It's basically a drug. And I think you really see that not only with the players, but also with the coaches like Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick, they just can't quit it. May takes a snap, drops back, steps up in the pocket, and has nowhere to go. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that is going to be another stop for the Broncos defense. That D-line was not letting him go anywhere. And so with 4th and 3, the Patriots are going to once again send out the punting unit. Broncos, they've only been rushing 4 for a lot of this game, but the coverage has been holding up on the back end, and those 4 have been getting good pressure, making May uncomfy. 4 drives, 4 punts today for the Patriots. It's a rough start. Bryce Behringer sends this one away. Broncos almost got a hand on it. Fair catch is called for, and it is going to be hauled in at about the 17-yard line. So good work by Behringer flipping the field on that one, but the Broncos, well, get the ball back after being stopped on 4th down on their previous drive, they'll have an opportunity to add on some more points before half. But for now, we go to commercial. I haven't looked into the whole Malcolm Butler conspiracy theory much. I think it's one of the things where there's, certainly validity to it, but I think it's just one of those things where we'll never have sufficient evidence to really be able to make a concrete statement on it, I think it's one of those things that's just kind of going to float around league circles like forever. And it'll kind of, pop in and out of relevance as people discuss it and then forget about it and then discuss it some more. But it's one of the things where I don't feel comfortable like taking a stance on that unless I have good evidence to support a side. And I think there's too much speculation around that specific conspiracy theory. There we go. That is our first Brave Bulldog down. And now normally at halftime, what I do is I just make a second, serving of whatever this drink's game is to keep going. But I really don't want to make a second Brave Bulldog for this game. So what I think I'm going to do instead is make a cocktail called a New Englander, which is a very weird cocktail. It's another Moxie-based cocktail. It is gin, Moxie, a wedge of lime. I don't have any actual full lime, so I might just put a splash of lime juice in there to kind of simulate that. And a dash of Worcestershire sauce. Very, very strange kind of drink, and I'm curious to see how it turns out. So I think I will make that when we hit halftime. I'm not surprised that there's a whole video on it. And again, I think it's something that you can... I think it is more likely than not that it's the case, but I just don't think you can say, truly conclusively, All right, 1st and 10 for the Broncos with 5:50 left to go in this half. Stidham in shotgun with a back to either side. Sends Mims in motion. Stidham hands it off to Harvey, who is going to spin and make a man miss to pick up about 5 yards. Some more great running by R.J. Harvey right there. That is going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Broncos. Robert Spillane still on the sideline, but he's got his helmet back on, so that bodes well for this Patriots defense. Stidham in shotgun again on 2nd and 5. This time only Harvey in the backfield, but he sends him out wide. Nope, never mind. Motions him back into the backfield. Stidham takes a snap, looking right, throws quickly, intended for Cortland Sutton, but incomplete. Throw was a little bit behind him, and Christian Gonzalez was right there ready to make a play on that throw. That brings up 3rd and 5 for the Broncos and stops the clock at 5:09. Patriots DBs did an excellent job of switching on that assignment. And I guess that might technically be counted as a dropped pass for Sutton, but that ball was pretty far behind him. That would have been an incredible grab if he had managed to haul it in. All right, so Stidham once more in shotgun for 3rd and 5. Takes a snap, drops back. Patriots bringing pressure, drops it off to Marvin Mims, who is just barely going to pick up the 1st down. Had to reach for it, but he picked it up. And so that gives the Broncos a fresh set of downs. The Patriots have been trying to bring pressure, but it's just been getting there a bit too late. They haven't been able to really get to Stidham. He's either been, finding his checkdowns and getting the ball out on time, or he's been using those wheels that he has to sort of scramble away from the pressure. And it has just been hurting this Patriots defense. 1st and 10 now, Stidham under center. on their own 27-yard line. Takes a snap, hands it off to McLaughlin, who is going to go up the middle for about 5 yards, maybe 6. See where they spot him. For 13, 12, 11, 10, 4:09 left to go in this first half. They're going to say it's a gain of 5, so they're going to say it's 2nd and 5 for the Broncos now. Pat Bryant, one of the Broncos wide receivers, he is questionable with a hamstring injury. Just got that update in. Stidham under center, fullback in the backfield as well as McLaughlin. Stidham takes the snap, hands it off. McLaughlin going to go up the middle and going to pick up about 2 yards in that carry. That will bring up 3rd and 3, and the Patriots will try to get another 3rd down stop. They get a stop here. They've got enough time to put together another drive without having to worry about going hurry up or anything like that. Broncos have definitely been running the ball a lot more today, likely trying to cover for some of Stidham's weaknesses, but he's looked really good back there so far to start this game off. Stidham in shotgun on 3rd and 4. Changing up the play at the line. Play clock running down. Stidham barely gets the snap off. Scrambles under pressure immediately. Tries to dirt it. Looks like he may have fumbled that. We'll see what the ref call is. No signal yet. Are they going to call it incomplete? Looks like they're probably going to call it incomplete. The Patriots recovered the ball and ran it into the end zone. There's a flag down as well. God, it's chaos out there. What is going on here? Clock is stopped with 2:50 left to go in this first half. Let's see, it might be an intentional grounding call on Stidham. Yes, intentional grounding, they're going to say. So that penalty will be accepted by the Patriots. And let's see, where does that spot the ball? I think that's going to push them all the way back to the Broncos' own 13-yard line. Yeah, Stidham just barely within the tackle box when he dumped that one off. Honestly, just lucky that wasn't ruled a fumble. Lucky that that was enough of a forward motion to be considered a pass. All right, so unsurprisingly, that brings out the punt unit for the Broncos. Vrabel has the challenge flag in his hand. It looks like he's considering challenging that ruling. He is letting the refs know that he is upset. Let's see. Stidham basically ended up sort of shovel passing that ball out. So just kind of flicking the wrist like this. He pumped the initial throw and then basically tried to shovel pass it out as his hand was being hit. Like, I think, ooh. I feel like the ball definitely, it looks like the ball moves forwards. Like, I think that's pretty unquestionably, like the ball was moving forwards. I don't think you're going to rule that it was, a backward pass or anything along those lines. Let's see, he's right at about the 11. Actually, no, maybe that ball does go backwards. Because he's at basically the 11-yard line when he lets go of the ball. And then the ball hits the ground he's at the 14-yard line when he lets go of the ball. And the ball hits the ground at about the 12-yard line. Ooh, that might actually be a backwards pass. Okay, yeah. So the Patriots have the ball at the Broncos' 12-yard line. May takes a snap and throws a quick little slant to number 9. That's Kayshon Boutte. And just like that, the Patriots are in excellent scoring position. Woo! Wrong element. There we go. Damn, okay, wow, that was a roller coaster right there. So yeah, they call it a fumble, basically. They say it was a fumble. Patriots recovered the fumble, but because the refs had kind of blown the play dead, that's where it happened. But now the Patriots are right at the Broncos' door. It's 2nd and 4 from the 6-yard line. May in shotgun, back line up to his right. May takes a snap, takes off running, and just runs straight into the end zone. And just like that, the Patriots have tied this game up. Okay. Cool. We'll take it. No complaints here. God, that was madness. What the hell? Okay. Jesus. So just like that, Patriots offense hasn't been able to get anything going the entire game. But hey, when you start with the ball on your opponent's 12-yard line, pretty easy to turn it into some points. Extra point attempt right now. Snap is away, hold is down, kick is up, kick is good. And so with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first half, we have tied this game up. Oh, the madness of this season continues. Oh, okay. Damn. So we go to commercial. The Patriots have tied this game up basically just out of nowhere. Stidham finally had a, backup quarterback moment. Turned briefly into C.J. Stroud. And now we're on commercial. Cool. All right, I'll take it. No complaints here. Oh. God, that was madness. It happened so quick as well. Like, basically, they resolved that it was a fumble, and then immediately the Patriots offense was on the field getting plays off, and then they were in the end zone. It was just like, blink and you'll miss it. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm actually kind of grateful for the timeout for once. Or the commercial break. Gives me a brief chance to catch my breath and process what just happened. That sequence of plays, by the way, ESPN had the Patriots' win percentage for this game at 34.3%. And after those plays, we are now back up to the Patriots having a 55% chance of winning this game. That was basically a 20% jump in win probability over the course of those 3 plays. Oh, it's madness. This season is madness. These games are madness. Everything's gone nuts. Damn. The best part about all that ending at, the 2-minute, 10-second mark is that we get to come back from commercial, run exactly 1 play, and then immediately go back to commercials for the 2-minute warning. Yay, capitalism. All right. Well, the Broncos have just over 2 minutes, 1 timeout plus the 2-minute warning to put something together on offense. Kick is away, and it is going straight out the back of the end zone. That will be a touchback to start off this drive. Robert Kraft wearing the Letterman jacket up in the booth. Trying to stay hip and young, I guess. Trying desperately to make the Hall of Fame, which the Hall of Fame committee seems determined to not let him do. Very fun little subplot going on there. All right, 1st and 10 for the Broncos from their own 35-yard line. Stidham in shotgun with a back lined up to his left. Stidham takes a snap, drops back, looks left, pumps under pressure. Cleveon Chasen's going to fall down, and Stidham is just going to harmlessly throw that ball out of bounds. So that stops the clock with 2:04 left to go. So the Broncos will get to run one more play before we go to commercial break. Oh my God, yeah, Turf Monster just got him. Just caught his foot right in the ground. And that lets Stidham escape and throw that ball away unharmed. Yeah, he has not been good when the Patriots have gotten pressure. It's just getting that pressure that's been the difficulty. 2nd and 10, Stidham drops back, throws quickly. That is caught over the middle by R.J. Harvey, who is going to pick up the first down. And that is where we will go to the 2-minute warning with the ball on the Broncos' 45-yard line. Ooh, a satanic-themed cocktail for the Super Bowl. That's a good idea. I think the closest I've done was the Kansas City versus Texans game. That one like kind of made allusions to the devil magic that the Chiefs used to have, and it seems like has run out. But that's a good idea. I like that one. I will certainly be making a Super Bowl cocktail for whatever that matchup ends up being, but we'll just have to see which teams are in it. I think the easiest, certainly if LA makes the Super Bowl, that makes it a lot easier because there's so many cocktails that are either, from LA or inspired by LA in some way, or have a connection to LA. Like one of the biggest sort of like really foundational tiki bars, Don the Beachcombers, that's in LA, so that's like really easy to sort of pull drinks from. Between the Broncos and the Patriots, I don't know if either one is really easier. They're both very kind of like middle of the pack, I would say, in terms of like drinks that they have. Like they have a couple drinks that you can sort of point to and use. New England has the New Englander, which I'll make at halftime. And then, like the Cape Codder, which I've done before, which is basically the OG vodka cran. And then obviously Colorado and Denver have a bunch. I think the worst city to make drinks for was probably Buffalo. Like the Bills this season just tormented me. I am like selfishly a little bit happy that they're out of the playoffs because like Buffalo had so many primetime games. So I had to come up with so many different drinks for the Bills. And Buffalo just doesn't have a really strong drink identity. Like they don't really have a good cocktail scene. So every drink kind of felt like grasping at straws to try to find some connection to do things for. Oh, I do remember for the Tank Bowl I came up with something. Oh, I should have written that down. I might be able to go back and look at the VOD for that stream to pull that one out. I know that was a fun one to come up with as well. Oh. I should make some saline solution. That's a good way to get salt in a drink. All right, we're back from commercial. It's 1st and 10. Broncos have the ball on their own 45-yard line. Stidham is in shotgun with a back line up to his right. Takes the snap. Drops back, throws over the middle, and that is incomplete, almost picked off. Throw was a bit high, intended for little Jordan Humphrey. That brings up 2nd and 10 for the Broncos. Patriots center field safety was just playing a little bit too deep to make a play on that ball. Otherwise, that was a pick. That was a turnover waiting to happen right there. 2nd and 10 now. Stidham back in shotgun. Showing the comparison between him and May on screen right now. Alone in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back. Patriots bringing pressure, and big Christian Barmore right up the middle. A wrecking ball brings down Stidham. That is going to bring up 3rd down for the Patriots. 3rd and 18, loss of 8 on that sack. Ooh, Christian Barmore with an incredible swim move on the right guard. Is that Quinn Miners? Damn, that's a good right guard as well. Christian Barmore just put him in a blender with that swim move. Huge sack right there for the Patriots. And they will take, actually, their first timeout, stopping the clock with 1:50 left as they look to get the ball back after this 3rd and 18 for Denver. Stidham alone in shotgun on this 3rd and 18. Patriots playing deep, but they rush 4. Stidham checks it down to Evan Ingram over the middle, who is going to try to make something happen, and he's going to get back to about the 50-yard line, but he is still going to be well short of the first down marker. Patriots taking their 2nd timeout, I presume. Yep. Stopping the clock with 1:42 left to go. Presumably, Denver is sending out the punt unit. All right, so 1:42 for the Pats and 1 timeout left. See what this punt looks like. This may determine a lot. Crawshaw back to punt this one away for the Broncos. Marcus Jones, of course, back to return it for the Patriots. Their incredible punt returner. Snap is away. Crawshaw sends this one deep. Going to be fair caught at the 10-yard line, and that is where the Patriots will start their drive. They got 90 yards to go. 1:35 with 1 timeout left. We'll see what they can do. 25 degrees Fahrenheit feels like 14 with a wind chill. Let's see. What's it like here down in DC? I have not been outside all day because it has not stopped snowing down here. 23 degrees feels like 13 here in DC. Lovely weather to stay inside and watch football. That is for sure. All right, 1st and 10 for the Patriots. May in shotgun, back line up to his right. May takes a snap. Little delayed handoff to Stevenson right there, who is going to pick up about 4 yards before he gets stood up. And so the clock continues running on 2nd down. Going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Pats. Vrabel telling the offense to hurry it up. Clock steadily ticking down. 1:15, 14, 13, 12, 11. 1:10 left to go in this first half. May back in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, looking, throws over the middle, and that is going to be dropped by Hunter Henry. The ball hit off his hands. And that is going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Pats. It's a great ball by Drake May. He just brought his hands together a bit too quickly, dropped that one. And so a big 3rd down here with a full minute left to go in this first half. Patriots have been 2 of 6 on their 3rd down conversions. May, still in shotgun, back line up to his left this time, drops back, throws quickly to the right side where it is going to be caught by Hunter Henry, but he is going to get stacked up after only gaining about 2 yards. So that is going to bring up 4th and 3, and the Pats will send their punt unit out as the Broncos take their final timeout. So, Patriots offense unable to break this deadlock before half. Denver's offense, they will get another chance to put some points on the board before we run out of time and go into half. Ooh, 10 degrees feels like -4 in Indiana. Yee. Some of my best friends still live back in Michigan, and I think they're not supposed to get like above freezing, or not above freezing, sorry, above 0 this entire weekend. Punt is fielded and returned back to about the 49-yard line, so the Broncos will start just barely on their own side of the field with 48 seconds left to go in the half. A little picture-in-picture commercial right now. See, Moxie's not bad on its own. It's just, it is a very strange flavor profile because it's very sweet since it's like a full sugar soda, you know? but it's also incredibly bitter due to all that gentian root. So it's a very strange kind of like dichotomy in your mouth where you're like, oh, this is a super sweet sort of like dessert soda, but also, oh, this is bitter and it's sucking all the moisture out my mouth. 1st and 10, Stidham in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, throws quickly left side to R.J. Harvey, who's going to break a tackle and be pushed out of bounds after picking up the 1st down. Again, some more incredible running by R.J. Harvey. He is powering this offense through sheer determination, it feels like. That was number 51. That was Gibbons. That's Robert Spillane's replacement there at middle linebacker, failing to bring down Harvey. And so the Broncos are now in Patriots territory with 41 seconds left to go. Ball on the 40-yard line. Stidham takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Harvey, looks, planting, getting pressured, and is just going to throw this ball harmlessly out of bounds. That is going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 35 seconds left to go. Excellent coverage on New England's part right there, not giving him anywhere to go with that ball down the field. Have to imagine at this altitude, we're probably at the edge of Will Lutz's range right now. Good old Big Nuts Lutz. We'll see what the Broncos have called up here. Stidham in shotgun, Harvey to his left. Patriots mugging the line of scrimmage right now. Stidham drops back, throws quickly to Cortland Sutton, who's going to haul that one in for a gain of 6 before being pushed out of bounds by Christian Gonzalez. So that will stop the clock with 30 seconds left and bring up 3rd and 4 for the Broncos. Sean Payton getting the call in from the sideline right now. Broncos huddle up. Coming up to the line, Stidham still in shotgun. It's Jaleel McLaughlin to his right this time. Takes a snap, drops back, scrambles out to the right side. It's being chased down, going to pump fake, and then just scoot out of bounds for a loss of 1. That is going to bring up 4th and 5 for the Broncos with 24 seconds left. And I imagine they will send out the field goal unit to try to tack 3 points on before half. Payton looked kind of pissed off in that one. Hard to tell if he was actually pissed or just being Sean Payton. But Lutz is back to attempt the field goal for the Broncos. His long is from 57. I don't think this one is quite that long, but I do believe it is close. Yes, it is a 54-yard attempt. Snap is away, hold is down, kick is up, and it is wide right. Kick is no good. And so the Patriots will have 20 seconds and a timeout to try to put some points of their own on the board before we go into half. Neither of these teams seems to really want to score before halftime, but also neither of them actually wants to go into halftime. God, this game, man. Jesus. All right, so the offense probably only has a couple of plays because we only got 20 seconds left in this half. Ball is on their own 44-yard line. May in shotgun, takes a snap. Broncos rushing 4. May throws over the middle, and that is low, intended for Kayshon Boutte. That would have been a huge completion if he had managed to put that one on target. But that brings up 2nd and 10 with 15 seconds left to go. Boutte got up a little bit slow from that one. Looks like he may have slammed something into the ground. I believe the Patriots get the ball back after the half, so this could be a really nice opportunity for a double up if the Patriots manage to put some points on the board right here. Those always were Bill Belichick's favorite. All right, May in shotgun, Stevenson to his left. And that's a false start against the rookie Will Campbell. He jumped real early, so that is going to back the Patriots up 5 yards. And it will be 2nd and 15 from their own 39-yard line. I know the tackles get to move a little bit before the ball gets snapped, but that was pretty egregious right there. Andy Borregales getting ready over on the sideline. May in shotgun takes a snap. Broncos only rushing 3 this time. May unloads deep, wants it all, and is incomplete. Once again intended for Kayshon Boutte. Well covered by Pat Surtain there, and that brings up 3rd and 15 with 9 seconds left. It was a good look by May. He actually basically had Boutte. He just slightly overthrew him. He threw him a little bit too deep and a little bit too outside. He needed to lead him just like a step more inside because Locke was coming over to help that one. But once again, Pat Surtain, one of the best cornerbacks in the league, great coverage. May in shotgun takes the snap. Pressure coming. May is just going to take off running, trucking it downfield past the 50 to the 45 before sliding. And did he get the timeout in? The clock has hit 0. Vrabel was saying that he called timeout with 1 second left on the clock. Okay, the refs are going to say, the refs agree. They say that Vrabel got that final timeout in with 1 second left on the clock. 2, 1. There certainly was 1 second left on the clock when May slid, and Vrabel is right there on the sideline, clearly calling for the timeout. I think, if you give Matt LaFleur that timeout during the Thanksgiving game, you've got to give Vrabel that one. So with that scramble, the Patriots are on the edge of field goal range. Borregales will get this opportunity to try to put 3 on the board. His long is from 59, and the air is thin up here, so he's got a real shot at it. This is a 63-yarder, so this would be, I think, his career long if he hits it. Snap is away, hold is down, kick is up, and it's no good. It's wide left. It honestly wasn't even particularly close. And so just like that, I realized I forgot to update the quarter. Well. We go to halftime. Okay. I'm going to get stuff set up for halftime now. But in the meantime, I leave you with Dr. Wilson Ball. Dr. Ball, please manage the stream for me while I am gone. Thank you. All right, we're back. Woo! Thank you, Dr. Ball. Now we're going to toss together a real quick New Englander, and I'm going to do it kind of quick and dirty. This should probably be built or at least shaken over ice. Actually, you know what? I do have some ice for this. Hold on. Scratch that. There we go. So now that we've got some actual ice in this, I'm going to start off with 2 ounces of gin. That may have been too much gin, but oh well. C'est la vie. And then we're just going to do a real light bar spoon of lime juice, because again, this is supposed to be a lime wedge, but I don't have a lime wedge, so just a little bit of lime juice for a little bit of acidity in this drink. And then our weirdest ingredient, and the one that I'm very interested about, a dash of Worcestershire sauce. Oh good, that actually does work as a dasher. So just a dash right in there. And then we're going to top that off with our Moxie. Wonderful. All right. Now this is the New Englander cocktail. I've never tried this before, but I came across it when I was researching for this week's drink, and it intrigued me. So let's give it a try. Oh, that's so weird. Hold on, what? What am I tasting here? So that's nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. It does a really weird thing where the gin is the predominant flavor profile. And I think, so when I read about this drink, they said the reason they put the Worcestershire in there is to cut the bitterness. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. How would that work? And it still doesn't make sense, but somehow I think it is actually working. Because it's very strange. It's basically, it's stripped off a lot of the harshness of the gin and removed a lot of the bitterness of the Moxie. But there's like, I think the main problem with this drink in its current form is that there's just no sweetness in this drink anywhere, really. Like, the Moxie is sweet, but it's not sweet enough to really like counteract all of the sort of like dryness that we have in this drink. And so it's kind of sad and kind of underwhelming, but it's very interesting. This is undoubtedly a weird drink. I think that's probably the best way I can describe it. It's not good. It's not particularly bad. It's just really weird. Let me see. I'm gonna keep topping this one off with Moxie and see how that sort of changes this drink as we work through it. Because that's odd. All right, let's get all our timeouts back as we get ready to return from halftime. I think we probably still have a little bit to go. Teams are starting to file out of the locker room right now. All right. Bum-ba-da-bum. Let me just see. God, that's so strange. This kind of feels, I don't know if you guys know about the flavor. It's a drink that Tumblr created a while back. And it basically is like, it's cucumber lime Gatorade and cranberry Mike's Harder. And the whole thing, the reason it's called the flavor is because basically you can tell that it tastes like something, but you can't tell what it tastes like. You can just kind of tell like, oh, that's flavor. This kind of feels like that, where it's like, okay, I can tell that it's like gin, but it doesn't feel like gin. And I can't really kind of like ID any flavors in this besides that. And the mouthfeel of the drink is really weird as well, because it's like kind of syrupy, but not really. Like there's just enough kind of like weight and texture to this drink that like your brain clocks that you're drinking something that's not like water, right? You're like, oh, this is something that should have a flavor, but you can't really like feel what. It's just weird. It's just a weird game. Drake May pick 6 to open the second half. Consider me doubtful. He's had a couple close calls so far in this game, but I don't know. I do think we see at least one more turnover in this game, though. I don't know where it'll come from. I think I put more stock in a Drake May fumble than a Drake May interception, but we'll see. You know, I think Stidham might also have another turnover or two in him. We'll see, but this is really going to be the question of, you know, which of these teams makes the halftime adjustment that they need to make to finish out this game strong. Because both of these defenses are locking down these offenses. You know, the Broncos offense has had more success than the Patriots has, but this is still very firmly a defensive battle. There's no doubt about it. Getting ready to kick off right now. They're showing the replays of those scoring plays in the first half. It's a cool looking stadium they've got out there in Denver. I've been to Denver before, but I've never made it out to the stadium. But yeah, Drake May held to only 41 passing yards in this first half. That is his fewest in the first half this season. Oof. All right, Broncos getting ready to kick this one away. Let's go and update our quarter here real quick as we get ready for Q3. Looks like we got a bit of snow starting to come down there in Denver. See if that has any effect on anything. Kick is away to start this third quarter. And it is going to be fielded just shy of the end zone, or turned out to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, where he is going to get wrapped up. And so that is where the Patriots offense will start their opening drive in the second half. Let us see. What does May have in store for us today? Yeah, Broncos started off really strong in those first 4 drives, but they went a bit cold going into the half, so we'll see. May, under center, takes a snap, throws a quick screen to Stephon Diggs, who's going to pick up about 5 yards on that first play. Ran right into his blockers and didn't really have much room to work after that. That brings up 2nd and 5 for the Pats. 4:37, 36, 35, 34, 14:33 left to go. May under center, fullback and Stevenson back there. May takes a snap, hands it off to Stevenson, who is going to plow right up the middle and pick up about a yard, maybe 2. Broncos were desperately trying to strip the ball from him on that carry, but they were unable to. They're going to call it 2 yards, going to call it 3rd and 3. It's 24 degrees out there in Denver, 13-mile-per-hour winds, and it feels like 12 degrees. It's a cold one out there, that cold mountain air. May in shotgun now on 3rd and 3, back lined up to his left. Diggs in motion. May takes a snap, hands it off to Stevenson, who's going to plow right up the middle, and it looks like he picked up the first down. Fell all over his offensive lineman in doing so, but yep, they're going to say that was a first down. And so the Patriots start off strong, start by moving the chains. We got a 1st and 10. Stevenson basically ended up crowd surfing on his O-lineman's back for a little bit of that. So here we go. Ball on the Patriots' 43-yard line, 1st and 10. Sorry, 41-yard line. Hand off to Stevenson, who is surrounded by Broncos and is going to fight back to the line, pick up 1 yard. I'm going to bring up 2nd and 9 for them. This Broncos defense isn't going anywhere, that's for sure. Every yard against this team is going to be hard fought and hard earned. May under center on 2nd and 9, Stevenson in the backfield. May takes a snap, hands it off. Stevenson right up the middle, got good blocking on that one, going to pick up the first down plus a little bit more. Fighting all the way out to the Broncos' 46-yard line on that carry. That's probably the first true explosive run we've seen from the Patriots. And even then, I say explosive, I just mean basically a 10-yard carry. But I would not be surprised if that was the first run to crack double digits on New England's side of the ball. If they can get that established here in the second half, that could absolutely help their offense get some momentum going. All right, 1st and 10 now from the 46. May under center, fullback and a backfield in the backfield, and a fullback and a running back in the backfield. May hands it off to Henderson, who's going to plow right up the middle, going to pick up about 4, maybe 5 yards on that carry. I'm going to bring up 2nd down. Henderson, obviously, always a home run waiting to happen. Going to call it a gain of 4, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Patriots looking to stay ahead of the chains, stay on schedule on this drive. As honestly, it's already been arguably one of the most successful drives of this game. May back under center for 2nd down. Takes a snap, hands it off to Henderson, who's got nowhere to go and is going to get swallowed up for a loss of 2 on the carry. That is going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Patriots. And just like that, they've now fallen back behind the schedule. Sorry, 3rd and 9 for the Patriots is what they're going to call that. Dre Greenlaw was the Broncos linebacker who absolutely gunked up the running lanes on that one. left Henderson with basically no room to work. He's only got 5 rushing yards on the day today. That brings up 3rd and 9. May alone in shotgun, takes the snap. Pressure coming off the edge, but May steps up and avoids it, takes off scrambling, picks up the first down and more, is at the 25 to the 20, gets run out of bounds at the 15-yard line, and just like that, the Patriots are in the Broncos' red zone. You forget that May has those wheels and he'll make you pay for them. It was a great pass rush by the Broncos, but they just left that A-gap open. And as a result, May was able to take off, made one man miss, and then scooted himself right out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. That is a huge run by May right there. All right, so they're going to spot him at the 17-yard line. May, under center, takes the snap, hands it off to, believe, is that Henderson on the carry? Whoever it is, they didn't go anywhere, got stood up right at the line with absolutely no room to work. That brings up 2nd and 10. That was Stevenson on the carry. So May right now has more rushing yards than he has passing yards. Give a sense of how this game has gone for the Patriots. 2nd and 10, 9:09, 9:08, 9:07, 9:06, 9:05 left to go in this 3rd quarter. May in shotgun takes a snap. Broncos bringing pressure, burst through the line. May floats it up left side, and that's incomplete, intended for Ramondre Stevenson. That brings up 3rd and 10 for the Pats. Stops the clock at 8:57. Did the Broncos bring 7 on that play? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Only 6. The Broncos brought 6 and actually dropped one of their pass rushers off into coverage on Stevenson. May took a shot when he let that ball go. All right, so big 3rd down now for both the Patriots offense and this Denver defense. May, under center, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, dumps off a little screen to Hunter Henry, who is going to weave through traffic and maybe pick up the 1st down. We'll see where they spot him. It looks like he might be just shy. Refs are marking him just shy of the line of gain. So it will be 4th and inches for the Patriots. Vrabel's out there scoping it out, trying to see what he's going to go for. Ooh. Excellent job by the Broncos defense. 23, I believe that's Barnum on the Broncos. Let me just check that real quick. Yeah, Jahdae Barron on the Broncos. Great job wrapping up Hunter Henry's ankles, bringing him short. May under center, and Patriots are going to take their first timeout because the play clock was running out on them. Come on. There we go. Looked like they were going to go for a little tush-push QB sneak right there, but couldn't quite get the call in time, and so they're forced to take their first timeout. Zach Allen coming off over to the sideline. Huge part of that Broncos defensive line. Looks like, yeah, he was just chatting with the DC. Comes back onto the field now. The Patriots have Tonga in there, so that is something worth watching. Chris Tonga, one of their D linemen, they like to bring him in and basically use him as like a fullback. They have Tonga and I believe Milton Williams as well, 2 D linemen lined up right behind May. They're going to try to tush-push it forwards, and it looks like they are going to get it. Broncos did a really good job at clogging up the bodies. Are the Broncos saying they recovered the ball? Refs are signaling that it's a first down. There's confusion and mayhem everywhere. Let's see. Let's watch the replay real quick. So the Broncos did an excellent initial job of basically clogging it all up. But it looks like the Patriots, May was basically able to wiggle his way through all of that and get just enough of a push and stay upright because he was on just so many bodies that, yes, he was able to pick up the first down, so it is 1st and goal for the Patriots from the 7-yard line. And Sean Payton is challenging that play. I don't hate this challenge by Sean Payton. You know, I think it's a decent idea. But also, like, I don't think you will have video evidence you can use to overturn it. I think the call on the field will have to stand just because, like, May's still upright there. May basically is never touched down. Because he's just floating on this raft of bodies, there's not like a point where his knee touches or his elbow touches that you can point to as the end of the play. So I think that call is going to have to stand basically because the end of the play is solely going to be when the refs blow the whistle. And so I think basically all of that extra kind of scooching that May did to sneak through that pile and slowly pick up that extra yard, I think that's going to be enough, and I think that call is going to stand. But we're on commercial right now as they deliberate it and go through all of the video evidence. When we return, we will see what the call is. Again, I think that's one of those calls where if they had called it short on the field, then I think it just stands, you know? Like, I think this is one of those calls where you really don't have enough evidence to flip a call either way, you know? And so I have a feeling it's going to stand, but ultimately, it's the NFL. You don't know. Refs do crazy things all the time, so we will just have to wait and see. I will say this drink is far easier to drink than I expected. I still stand by the fact that it's not particularly, you know, good, but it is interesting and it goes down a lot smoother than I would have thought it would. Oh, the Grammys are coming up. I had no idea. All right, here's the overhead view, back from commercial now. And yeah, he just disappears into that pack of bodies. And you completely lose track of the ball. It looks like he gets it. The call stands. So that challenge from Denver is unsuccessful, and it is 1st and goal from the 7-yard line for the Patriots. May, in shotgun, hands this one off to Ramondre Stevenson, who is going to keep churning forwards and manages to pick up basically 5 yards all the way down to the 2-yard line. So we're only halfway through the third quarter, but both of these teams are now down a timeout with 7:15. Nope, never mind. I was going to do a time sync, and then they decided to get rid of the score bug. All right, 2nd and goal now. May in shotgun. Stevenson to his left. Sends Diggs in motion. May. Oh, fake snap to May. Direct snap to Stevenson, but sadly, Stevenson had some trouble hauling that snap in, so he was brought down for a loss of 1 on the play. A little bit of trickeration from the Patriots on that call. But yeah, Talanoa Hufanga did a great job reading that play, bursting right up through the A-gap, completely unblocked. And yeah, Stevenson, took him an extra second or two to corral that ball. That meant he couldn't really put his foot in the ground and take off, so got brought down for a loss. 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line now. May takes the snap, drops back, looking, pumping, under pressure, and is going to get brought down for a loss of 2 on the play. That is going to bring up 4th and goal from about the 4-5 yard line. And I have to imagine that will bring out the field goal unit from the Patriots, but we will see. Excellent job by Cooper, number 0 on the Broncos, which Jonathan Cooper. Rushing that one, staying with it. Yep, so the Patriots send out the field goal unit for a little 23-yard chip shot. Borregales missed that 63-yarder, but this is far closer. Snap is away, hold is down, kick is up, and kick is good. So just like that, the Patriots, on their opening drive of the second half, break the deadlock with a field goal, and they are up 10-7 halfway through this third quarter. Actually, over halfway through this third quarter. So, Broncos defense, they rally and stop a touchdown from getting put on the board there. Big defensive stand, but the Patriots put up more yardage in that single drive than they did in the entirety of the first half. So, it looks like the Broncos defense is starting to crack a little bit. Patriots offense made those halftime adjustments, and we will see what the Broncos offense can respond with when we come back from commercial. So much for that Drake May pick 6 to open the second half. Just looking at all the people who are making the horrible decision to drive in this weather. Oh, do we have another car? Okay, I can't really show this on stream because there's not a good way to get an angle of it. And it would like ruin the whole setup. But there's a snow patch right outside my apartment. It's like this one bit of deep snow that hasn't been properly shoveled yet. I have seen 3 cars so far today get stuck in that snow patch. Another one just joined the pile. They get stuck in it real easily. They have no clue how to get out of snow because these are DC drivers who have never driven in snow a day in their life. And they just kind of end up spinning their tires for like 5 minutes until someone decides to help them. It is incredible. I love it. It's free entertainment on top of the game. And yeah, I agree. I think basically every Patriots game I've watched this season, in large part, or not this season, in this these playoffs, because every team they've faced has been a team with a really good defense, every Patriots game just feels like it's going to be like a 16-13 game where whichever team gets like the bigger defensive stop is going to be the one that wins. You know, Chargers, Texans, now Broncos. It's just a slog. They're interesting games to watch. You know, I am a fan of defensive football, but they are not shootouts, that is for sure. All right, kick is away. And that kick is going to be fielded just shy of the 5-yard line, or turned out to the 15 to the 20, and he's going to get dragged down at about the 22. So excellent job by the Patriots special teams getting a stop on the kickoff there. And so the Broncos offense will start this drive with not great field position. Shot of the Walmart family up there in the booth. Cringe. All right, Stidham under center to open this drive for the Broncos. Ball on their own 23-yard line. Single back in the backfield. Stidham sends the fullback in motion, takes the snap, hands it off. McLaughlin trying the left side, and it's going to make a man miss and pick up about 2 yards. Whole lot of running for not a lot of gain, but that brings up 2nd and 8 for the Broncos. 5:07, 06, 05, 04, 5:03 left to go in this third quarter. Snow is starting to really come down now in Denver. Starting to lose a little bit of that visibility. It's going to tilt the favor even more on the defensive side. 2nd and 8, Stidham in shotgun, back lined up to his left. Takes a snap, drops back, floats one over the middle, and it is dropped by McLaughlin. It was the softest little floater of a check down pass. Hit him right in the hands and just couldn't quite bring that one down. I think the snow is starting to make its presence felt. It's just a light dusting, but just that little bit of moisture, makes things a little bit slippery, a little bit icy, blocks your vision just that tiny little bit. That can be all the difference when you're playing football at this level. So that brings up 3rd and 8 for the Broncos from their own 25-yard line. Trips down to the bottom of your screen. Stidham in shotgun, backline up to his left, takes a snap, throws a quick screen to the right side, and it is going to be caught, but he is going to pick up only about 3 yards before the Patriots defense rallies and brings him down. That was Marvin Mims Jr. on the catch, and that is going to be a 3-and-out for this Broncos offense. So Patriots defense coming out of the half, looking strong, getting a big stop, forcing the punt unit out. Crawshaw back to punt this one away. Snap is off. Punt gets off cleanly. Big booming punt down to the 20-yard line. And Jones tries to make a man miss, but the defender gets blocked directly into his path, so he is tackled at about the 23-yard line, and that is where the Patriots will start their 2nd drive of the half. Already basically done with the 3rd quarter. That first drive from the Patriots just bled off so much time, just basically running the ball down the Broncos' throat. We will see. If they keep running the ball that effectively to close out this game, this could quickly get out of hands for the Broncos. I keep forgetting that the Winter Olympics are like right around the corner. They're like in a week, basically. Oh. I feel like in general, though, the Olympics are one of those things that you just kind of like completely forget exist until they're here. And then you're like, oh, cool. I guess I'm watching curling now while I'm at work. Is that Keegan-Michael Key in an insurance ad? What the fuck am I watching? Okay. Anyways. I think another excellent summary of how this game is going so far. Drake May has 55 passing yards and 51 rushing yards. If you can't throw the ball, just take off and run it yourself. I don't know. As long as it's a one-score game, it's certainly not too late, but I think, the Broncos may have tried the 49ers strategy of sacrificing players for wins, and I don't think it's working out for them. I think they're running into the same wall that the 49ers ran into. You just run out of players to sacrifice at some point. Rams Seahawks, 6:30 tonight. We will also be streaming that one. We'll see if we get any sort of, break in between. It's a fun little side-by-side right there, showing Gillette Stadium all totally covered in snow, while Mile High starts to get their first flurries. All right, back from commercial, ball on the 21-yard line of the Patriots. May under center. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, plants, throws over the middle, and that throw is low, intended for Kayshon Boutte. It hit him in the hands, but he couldn't quite haul that one in. So that brings up 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. Tony Romo and Jim Nantz looking real warm up in the booth. I have the game, as always, on mute, so I cannot tell if Romo has been having an on day or an off day. Feels like those are kind of 50-50 at this point. Anyways, 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. May in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back. Broncos rushing 5. May pumps, takes off running, and is going to pick up the first down before awkwardly kind of half sliding, half falling. Defender fell all over him, gave him a little shot as he went down, but the Patriots pick up the first down and keep the chains moving. Once again, Broncos pass rush did a good job collapsing the pocket, getting in close, but they just left a bit too open of a lane for May to escape through. Can't give him anything. He will squirrel his way on out. And just with that rush right there, May officially has more rushing yards in this game than he has passing yards. Oh, what a game. All right, May under center for this 1st and 10. Takes a snap, hands it off to Stevenson, who is going to plow right up the middle, picking up about 4 yards on that carry, maybe 5. That brings up 2nd down for the Patriots. 2:49, 48, 47, 46. 2:45 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Patriots have nearly doubled their rushing yards of the entire first half so far, moving the ball with far more ease than they did in the first half. 2nd and 5 from their own 38-yard line. May takes a snap, hands it off to Stevenson. It's a flea flicker. In this weather, May unloads deep, and it's caught by Mac Hollins, who gets run out of bounds at the 30-yard line, trucks some poor dude holding the tablet. Oh, thankfully it looks like he's okay. In this weather, they called a flea flicker? Oh my God, it works. Mac Hollins was technically double covered, but he had a clean step on both of the defenders, and that is just a beautiful ball by May. Dropped it right in the bucket. And just like that, the Patriots are the Broncos side of the field. They're at the 31-yard line. May takes a snap, a little delayed handoff to Stevenson, who's going to try to find some blocking, and is going to work forwards and pick up about 3 yards in that carry. Good little bit of running from Stevenson. Oop, and now these two teams are getting into it. They're scrapping a little bit. Refs are having to separate them. So they're going to call it ultimately a gain of 4 yards. It is going to be 2nd and 6 for the Patriots. And they are fired up now on offense, and this snow is really starting to come down. So just like that, the script has flipped. Denver doubled up New England's yards in the first half, but it has been all Patriots in this second half. May in shotgun takes a snap. Broncos bring pressure. May gets the ball out quickly, and it is incomplete, intended for Kayshon Boutte, but thrown just a bit far in front of him. Whew. Just like that, the clock stops. We get a little bit to breathe, as it is 3rd and 6 with 58 seconds left to go in this quarter. Visibility is steadily decreasing out there in Denver. All right, May in shotgun on this 3rd and 6. Stevenson to his left. May takes a snap, hands it off to Stevenson, who just runs into the back of his offensive lineman and goes absolutely nowhere. Looked like there maybe was some sort of miscommunication on the O-line about who was blocking who or where the running lane was supposed to go, but that is going to be a gain of nothing, maybe even a loss of 1, as they send out Borregales to kick the field goal. Not great field goal kicking weather. This is a 46-yarder, so under normal circumstances, especially at Mile High, this is a walk in the park. But with this much snow and wind coming down, it is tricky. Snap is away, hold is down, kick is up, and kick tails right. It is wide right, no good. Looked like he was counting on the wind being a bit stronger than it ended up being. And so just like that, another strong drive from the Patriots stalls out. The Broncos will get the ball back when we return with 11 seconds left to go in this third quarter. All right. We are going to commercial, and I am going to go P for the D. In the meantime, I leave you with my friend. Wilson knows ball, you know? It's just how it is. All right. Look at that. Perfectly timed. Just coming back from commercial right now. And we will see if the Patriots defense gets that boost. Patriots have controlled the ball for essentially 10 times the amount of time that the Broncos have this quarter. 13:10 to a minute 39. Broncos have had all of 6 yards this quarter, but they're looking to change that here on 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Stidham under center, takes a snap, hands it off to Harvey, who is going to get met at the line. He's going to fall forward for about a yard, maybe 2, and that is going to send us to the 4th quarter with 2nd down. Ooh. There we go. Remember to update it this time. And that guy's still stuck in the snow out there. Dumbass still hasn't gotten himself free. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. He's done an excellent job of just like tearing up the snow around his car, but hasn't done much to actually get himself free. That was weird. It's peak comedy, you know? It's free entertainment. It's the thing about this storm. So we were supposed to get basically a full foot of snow. Because it was just basically a wintry mix the entire time, we ended up getting closer to probably 4 or 5 inches. It's honestly not a lot of snow, but it is just basically sleet and ice the entire time. So I have to imagine that beneath that, relatively small amount of snow, it is just pure fucking ice down there, which I certainly would not want to drive on, bike on, walk on. I don't want anything to do with that ice. I like my ice in my drink and nowhere else. they're just kind of kicking the snow away from their car right now. They're just, it's funny because you can tell they just don't know what they're doing, and they're just trying their best. Oh, let's see. They got back in the car, so maybe they'll be able to get themselves free before we get back to the game. Let's see. Are they able to? Nope. Those tires are spinning, and they are not going anywhere. Zero traction on those tires. They're not in a small car either. They're in a big, like, proper SUV. They just have zero traction. Oh, sweet child. Well, back to the game now. Starting off the fourth quarter. Broncos have the ball. They're setting off the pyrotechnics, but with the snow coming down, you really can't see them. It is 2nd and 9 for the Broncos. Stidham in shotgun, back lined up to his left, takes the snap, fakes a handoff, throws a quick screen to Marvin Mims, who is going to get pushed out of bounds basically as soon as he got back to the line of scrimmage. Picks up maybe a yard or two. We'll see what the official spot on that is. Yeah, going to call it a gain of 1. And it is properly coming down now there in Denver. All right, ball on their own 40-yard line is 3rd and, they say 3rd and 5. Doesn't look like 3rd and 5. Stidham drops back, throws right side. Wanted little Jordan Humphrey, but that was incomplete. Marcus Jones, the one who does it all, breaking up that pass, forcing a 4th down for the Broncos, and that will likely bring the punting unit back out there. Humphrey had that ball. It was really well delivered by Stidham, but just couldn't quite wrap it up, and so Jones was able to basically wrap around and slap that ball right out of his hands. Crenshaw back to punt this one away. Snap is away. Punt is off. Going to be a fun time tracking the punt in this weather. And it bounces, let's see, was it back into the end zone? Yes, they are signaling touchback. And so looked like it almost could have been a coffin punt on that one based on where it went out of bounds, but just barely missed, went into the back of the end zone. Patriots will have decent field position when we return. Yep. Absolutely. I think like a lot of... Oh, he's gotten himself free. He is finally free of the snow. I missed when exactly he managed to do it, but another victim has finally escaped. I'm sure there will be one more person who manages to get stuck there before the end of the night. But yeah, I think like you're perfectly identifying the sort of two-pronged fact that leads to all of this, which is just like people down here, they don't know what they should have on them for these situations, right? Like they don't know the proper way to handle it. The thing that killed me, one of the people earlier who was stuck down here, every time, literally there was an entire crowd of like 6 people ready to help push him out of the snowdrift. That little, like it was this one specific spot in the road. Every time the crowd rallied, pushed him out of that area, got him free, got him rolling again. Immediate first reaction, drive the car straight back to where he just got stuck. Every single time. It killed me. It was just like, literally happened like 3 or 4 times in a row where he would get unstuck, get some momentum, and then either drive straight back into that patch of ice where he got stuck, or stop driving at all, lose all of that momentum, and then just like get stuck again. So it's like they don't have the right material, and they also don't have the expertise to know how to drive in those sorts of situations. I think the one thing this area has going for us is that this is a really like flat part of DC. So at least we don't have to deal with cars rolling, because I can't imagine what the hilly parts over in like Georgetown are dealing with right now. Like, that has to be just mayhem of people who do not know how to drive a car on a hill in a snowstorm, trying and failing to navigate that. Oh. Well, anyways, enough about the winter wonderland that is DC. Back to the winter wonderland of Denver. 14-11 left to go in this game. Patriots have the ball on their own 20-yard line. Drake May under center, 1st and 10. Takes the snap, hands it off to Stevenson, who is going to go up the middle and find a nice hole. Keep pushing forwards, and is going to pick up the 1st down plus a little bit extra. Gain of about 11, maybe 12 on that carry. Brings up a fresh set of downs to the Patriots and gets this clock rolling. Again, if the Patriots can keep that run game going for this final quarter, that is going to make it really hard for the Broncos to get back in this one. All right. 1st down now from their own 31. May back under center. Hands it off again to Stevenson, who is going to make a cut, make a man miss, but only get about a yard, maybe 2 on that carry. They're going to say it's 2 yards. 13, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 13, 20 left to go in this game. And it is getting snowy there. Got the sideline reporter shaking the snow out of his frosted tips. That's crazy. Anyways, May under center, Stevenson in the backfield. May hands it off. Stevenson going up the middle, gets some good blocking, and is going to pick up about 4 yards on that one, maybe 5. They're going to call it 4. And that is going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Patriots as the clock continues to run on down. Rush yards were more or less even in the first half, but Patriots have just dominated this second half. 89 yards to 4 rushing yards for the Broncos. And again, if you're counting on your run game to sort of cover up Stidham's weaknesses, that is a big loss for the Broncos. May in shotgun barely gets that snap off in time, but he's got all day back in the pocket. Pressure eventually coming and eventually gets to him, brings him down for a huge 3rd down stop. That was a coverage sack right there. May had all time in the pocket, but just nowhere to go with that ball down the field. And the Broncos also did a good job of making sure that he didn't have run lanes open to escape through. They're showing the replay right now, and you can see it. Just all of those downfield threats really got clamped by this Broncos secondary. And so with that sack, the punt unit has to come out for the Patriots. Former Spartan Bryce Behringer back to send this one away. Snap is off. Kick is off. It's a bit of a wobbler, but it's got good legs on it, and it is going to bounce out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. We'll see where exactly that ball crossed the sideline. This is now Broncos ball. They're going to say it's right at the 30-yard line, so nice and easy. We'll see what this Broncos offense can do when we return from commercial. 11:29 left to go in this game. A really fun thing about watching the games on mute is that when a weird-ass commercial comes on, you have no idea what it's about until it finally shows the company logo at the end. If you asked me what a commercial about a killer shopping cart would be, I would not have said Geico. I would not have said that a commercial about a killer shopping cart would have been a Geico commercial, yet here we are. I mean, it beats AI-generated commercials, I guess. A little Prime Video ad for, is this a movie? I think this is a movie with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. Gotta love a movie that's basically just like, what if we got two of the biggest guys we can find together and just had them do big guy things? Just big guy action things. Ad for Survivor, which is somehow still running. Is it? They said 50. Is this its 50th season? Jesus Christ. God, that's insane. All right, back from commercial now. It is properly snowing now in Denver. Broncos have the ball on their own 30-yard line. Let's see what they can do with it. Stidham takes the snap, fakes the screen, hands it off to Harvey, who's trying the right side and is going to outrun the defense to pick up the first down. Another example of excellent running by Harvey. I thought that defense had him dead to rights right there, but simple fact of the matter is he was faster than them and just straight up outran basically every player on the Patriots defense, until finally the safety Hawkins was able to knock him out of bounds. They're going to say he was actually just shy of the line of gain, so that is going to be a 9-yard rush for a 2nd and 1 for the Broncos now. Stidham under center, back in the backfield. Play clock running down. Stidham gets the snap off, hands it off to Harvey, who is going to be swarmed at the line and is not going to be able to gain anything on that one. That is going to bring up 3rd down. See if they say it was a loss or not. I'm going to say no gain, so it is 3rd and 1 for the Broncos here. Ball on their own 39-yard line. 10, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. 10-13 left to go in this game. Stidham in shotgun, back lined up to his... nope, never mind. Motions the back out, has him return back, hands it off to Tyler Batty, who's going to punch right up the middle, picking up the first down, plus a little bit more. That is going to give the Broncos a fresh set of downs, as we are now under 10 minutes left to go in this game. All right, snow is continuing to fall. Broncos only need a field goal to tie this one up. Still lots of time left to play in this game, but it is a close one. This is going to come down to the wire, I think. Stidham under center, 1st and 10. Got a fullback and a running back in the backfield. Stidham takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. He's being chased now by Christian Barmore and just hucks that ball out of bounds. That is going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Broncos, stopping the clock at 9 minutes and 12 seconds. Christian Barmore's been having a great day on the pass rushing front, you know. He's not getting home particularly early, but he's doing a great job of applying that late in the snap pressure, forcing Stidham to roll out and forcing him to just huck that ball away. All right, 2nd and 10 now. Stidham alone in shotgun. 5 wide. Patriots mugging the line of scrimmage. They got 6 up there right now at the line. Play clock running down. Stidham gets the snap off, throws a quick screen, and the Patriots were all over that screen. Intended receiver was Evan Ingram, but they had that thing read to absolute filth. K'Lavon Chasen breaking up that pass and bringing up 3rd and 10 for the Broncos. I will say, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but I think as this game goes on, the Patriots might start getting a slight camo boost from wearing all white. We'll see if that plays any sort of role in this game, but certainly on the broadcast, it is getting really easy to lose where any given Patriots player is during a snap. Play clock running down on 3rd and 10. Stidham under shotgun barely manages to get the snap off in time, but is under pressure basically immediately, dumps it off, and it is caught by number 81. Who is that on the Broncos? Well shy of the line of gain, though. That is going to bring up 4th down. That was Elijah Moore. I think wide receiver 4 on the Broncos? But with Pat Bryant out, he's likely moved up the depth chart a little bit. Yeah, they're going to call that a gain of 4, but that is going to bring up 4th and 6 for the Broncos, and so they will send out the punt unit. So that drive stalls out. Crawshaw back to punt this one away. Gets it off cleanly. And it is going to bounce out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, it looks like. We'll see where they spot it. Patriots really not given a chance to return that one. Yeah, ref is standing at right around the 9-yard line. So it is officially going to be at New England's 8-yard line when we come back from commercial with 8 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in this game. I know Shell said this could end up being a 16-13 game. At this rate, this could end up being a 10-7 game. We'll see, you know? Another score seems honestly kind of improbable at this point. I didn't realize they were supposed to get any snow during this game, but honestly, it seems to be giving the Patriots a little bit of a boost in terms of which team it's favoring more, but I mean, certainly it's favoring both of these defenses more. Ugh. Again, it's a very interesting game. This feels like one of those games where really the entire game just hinges on which of these defenses, either makes the bigger play first in terms of getting a turnover, or which of these defenses gives up the big play first. But this is one of those games where really it comes down to moments, It's a good bit. Time to wake up. The thing I keep thinking of is the Patriots uniform, you at least have a little bit of a case of well, snow is actively falling down, so it's kind of white in your vision line, and so you might lose a white uniform and all of that. I remember, I think it was last year, Kirby Joseph had a pick in the end zone for the Lions, and the Lions uniform color is the same color as the grass in the end zone. And people tried being oh, well, the reason the quarterback didn't see him in the end zone was because his uniform blended in with the end zone. And it's that's the ground. What do you mean his uniform blended in with the end zone? The quarterback is looking at this angle, not the top-down view. That one got me. But yeah, this snow is making its presence felt. We'll see. Some games, it's the whole body of the game that determines the outcome. Other games, it is single moments that determine the outcome. This feels like a single moment game. Speaking of the snow and single moments, May was under center with Stevenson in the backfield on that play. May tried to hand the ball off to Stevenson, who slipped, ate shit. Then May tried to take off running and ate shit on the exact same spot of ground that Stevenson fell in. I felt like I was watching the car stuck in the snow outside my window again. That was exactly what that looked like. Loss of 3 on the play. It's now 2nd and 13 from their own 5-yard line. May under center, hands it off to Stevenson, who actually has some traction this time, and it's going to pick up about 2 yards, maybe getting back to the original line of scrimmage. No, they're going to say 2 yards. It is going to be 3rd and 11 for the Patriots. With 7:24, 23, 22, 21, 7:20 left to go in this game. Again, if the Broncos get like an interception here or a fumble, like that could be the game, honestly. But we'll see. May in shotgun takes a snap, rolls out to his right, pumps, and just throws the ball out of bounds. Just nothing there. Threw it out of bounds. Stops the clock with 7 minutes left to go. And the Patriots will go 3 and out and bring out their punt unit. Oh, God. The snow sure is making its presence felt in this game. That is for sure. All right. So Bryce Behringer going to be punting out of his own end zone for this one. We'll see if the Broncos don't look like they're going to be coming after it. Look like they're going to be satisfied to just send a normal punt block. Snap is away. Punt gets off cleanly, or kind of cleanly. Looked like he might have shanked that one slightly. We'll see. I completely lost where the ball was. Where did it end up? Oh, no. Oh, that was a rough punt. Only 26 yards. So the Broncos will get the ball on the Patriots' 33-yard line. Excellent field position with the Broncos. Under 7 minutes left to go in this game. Oh. Winner of this game gets to play in the far warmer Super Bowl 60 out in Santa Clara. Another reason I do kind of want a Seahawks Super Bowl is because Seahawks getting a win in the 49ers stadium. Chef's kiss. All right, they got the leaf blowers out to blow the snow off of the yard markers. Broncos have punted on 4 of their last 5 possessions. This really does feel like the Tuck Rule game. Honestly, that was where my mind was going as well. All right, Stidham under center for 1st and 10. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Harvey, who is just going to get absolutely nowhere. Milton Williams was living in the backfield on that play, and that is going to be a loss of about 4 yards in the carry. Fun little before and after shots right now. You can see that there was basically no snow up until like halfway through the 3rd quarter, at which point it is all just started coming down in a hurry, and we are now in a proper snow game. All right, they're going to say it's a loss of only 2 on the play, so 2nd and 12. Stidham's in shotgun this time with Harvey to his left. Takes a snap, drops back, throws a quick little floater to Harvey, who is going to make one man miss, but then get brought down by Carlton Davis right at around the line of scrimmage. That is going to be maybe a loss of 1. No, they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage, but that brings up 3rd and 12 now with 5:57, 56, 55, 5:54 left to go in this game. Let me see, what was the score of the Tuck Rule game? All right, 3rd and 12, Stidham in shotgun, takes a snap, drops back. Patriots, weird rush on that one. Stidham takes off scrambling. He's going to get about halfway to the 1st down marker before sliding, and that is going to bring up 4th down for the Broncos. Yeah, Tuck Rule ended with a 16-13 Patriots victory. So really weird rush on that one. Looks like it was a screen play intended to go to the left side. Patriots defense all kind of flowed over to the left, and so that meant Stidham had a lot of room to roll out to his right and pick up some big yardage. So with less than 5 minutes to go, it is now 4th and 5. Broncos send out Will Lutz to attempt this field goal. 46-yarder. He's got a 15-mile-per-hour tailwind, so that'll help a little bit. Snap is down, kick is up, and oh my God, it's an absolute duck. Wide left. Absolutely no chance of that one going through the uprights. And so the Patriots will get the ball back with 4:42 left to go in this game. Again, under normal circumstances, that 46-yarder is like a walk in the park for these kickers. But these are not normal circumstances. You can barely see the ball through all that snow. Oh my goodness. That is a rough kick. Was it blocked at all? Because it looked like a real duck coming off. Oh, it was blocked. Oh, never mind. One of the Patriots special teamers actually managed to get a hand on that one. Excellent job by the Patriots special teams there, getting that block. That could end up being the difference in this game. Oh. Now this is January football right here. Fuck all these domes and warm weather climates. Give me an absolute slogfest out in the snow, man. All right, so the Patriots get the ball back on their own 35-yard line. May, under center, takes a snap, hands it off to Stevenson, who is going to plow into a mess of bodies, pick up maybe 2 yards on that carry, and that is going to start the clock rolling as we move towards the end of this game. Oh, a little replay here. That key fourth down stop by the Patriots. Again, this is a theme of these playoffs, you know? If the Broncos just take the 3 points there on that play, we're tied up right now. But Broncos, you know, felt that 4th and 1 was worth it. They tried going for it, got stopped. And just like that, Patriots are in the driver's seat. May, under center on 2nd and 8, hands it off to Stevenson again, who is going to be met in the backfield and is going nowhere. That's going to be a loss of maybe 2 yards on that carry, and that is going to bring up 3rd and 9. Oh, 3:49, 48, 47, 46, 3:45 left to go in this game. It is an ugly one, but it is going to come down to the last minute, as I said. And we'll just see which of these teams can hang on. Patriots more than happy to milk all of this play clock. May, under center, takes a snap, hands it off to Stevenson, who again goes absolutely nowhere, but burns some more time off the clock. That is going to bring up 4th and 9, maybe 10, doesn't really matter. Patriots are bringing out the punting unit. And they're going to let this clock run all the way down to about 2:30 before getting this punt off. Ooh. Sunny in the Pacific Northwest. That's a bit of a change. I think the pledge rebounds on yourself. I think it does a like Full Metal Alchemist rebound. And just, I don't know, takes your quarterback or something instead. All right, Broncos take a timeout, so they're not going to let the Patriots run this clock all the way down. They want to make sure they have enough time to get some runs in if they decide to, because you do not want to be stuck passing the ball in this kind of weather. Oh, yeah, this postseason has contained a lot of, you know, last-minute comebacks and big dramatic final swings. So with 3:11 left in this game, Broncos take their second timeout, and the Patriots get ready to punt this one away. Marvin Mims Jr. back to return this one for the Broncos. Behringer to punt it away. Snap is off. Punt is away. And this one looks better, but it is still going to be far shorter than it could have been in good weather. Let's see, where do they spot it? They say it is at the Broncos' 32-yard line. So that is where their offense will try to make this drive. And that is where this Patriots defense will try to make what perhaps could be their final stand of this game. We will see. 3:05 left to go in this game. All right, ball on the 32-yard line of the Broncos. 13 comeback wins this season. That is the most in NFL history for this team. Stidham in shotgun on 1st and 10, back lined up to his right. Stidham takes a snap, drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, and just shovel passes it off to RJ Harvey on the right side. But the Patriots rally and bring him down for a gain of maybe 1 yard. Yeah, 1 yard, 2nd and 9. Clock is now rolling for the Broncos. It was the most awkward looking, like, backyard football shovel pass I think I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure my dad has thrown that pass to me in the past. All right, so it's 2nd and 9 now for the Broncos. Clock is continuing to run down. We're under 2.5 minutes now at this point. Patriots are subbing off. Absolutely content to burn more time. Play clock running down. Stidham barely gets the snap off, drops back, throws right side, and that is intercepted by Christian Gonzalez. He underthrew his intended receiver. Ball was intended for Marvin Mims, came nowhere close. That was probably the easiest pick of Gonzo's life. And there it is. We were wondering, I said it. I said, I want the record to show. I said that I thought Stidham had one more turnover left in him. And there it is. Lucifer has found you out. He has cashed in his price. And it is a Christian Gonzalez interception on a horribly underthrown ball intended for Marvin Mims. Oh, that's a rough one. That's rough, buddy. Oh, where did he pick that one off at? Picked it off at the Patriots' 36-yard line, so their offense isn't even particularly backed up. Oh, all right, 1st and 10. May under center. A fullback and Stevenson in the backfield. Hand off to Stevenson, who is going to power forward for about 4 yards. And let's see, going to let that run us down to the 2-minute warning. Yep, that runs us down to the 2-minute warning. And the Patriots are looking to ice this game. I think one more first down here, and that is officially it as the snow falls in Denver. God. That's just crazy. You know, you think about, like, Patriots were 4-13 last year of Belichick, 4-13 with Gerard Mayo, and then you go and you hire Vrabel. You make a good draft pick at 3rd overall, getting Will Campbell, and all of a sudden, you know, you're in the Super Bowl. That is insane. Oh my goodness. Nuts. Fucking nuts, man. Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh my God. Broncos, they got one last chance. ESPN currently only has the Patriots win percentage at 85%, which feels low for what the situation currently is, but I guess that's accounting for all the chaos that could still unfold. There's still 2 minutes left in this game. Broncos still have 1 timeout left, so if their defense can get a stop here, then maybe we might see something insane happen. I think that 86% win percentage also just isn't accounting for the weather on the ground currently, you know. I think one final offensive possession for the Broncos means a lot more in normal weather conditions than they do in this snowstorm, honestly. That's the only word for it at this point. On commercial right now, not missing anything. Also, something worthwhile tracking. The Patriots versus Texans game, there were more total turnovers than there were accepted penalties. And we're on track for basically a similar thing in this game. There have been 2 turnovers in this game and 2 accepted penalties. This offseason is so weird, man. It's so weird. I can't. This season's weird. These playoffs are weird. Nothing makes sense. Oh, okay. 2nd and 6 for the Patriots. Back from commercial now. Ball on their own 40-yard line. 2 minutes left to play. May under center. Stevenson and a fullback in the backfield. May takes a snap, hands it off. Stevenson going up the middle for no gain. Going to get stuffed right at the line, and the Broncos are going to take their final timeout as it is 3rd and 6. All right, minute 56. Nope, never mind. Minute 57 left to play in this game. Broncos defense looking to make a big stand here and get the ball back to their offense. The wind is whipping, the snow is falling. It looks cold out there in Denver. All right, Patriots come to the line. 3rd and 6, May under center once more. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Stevenson, rolls out to his left side and is running, getting chased down, but he's going to pick up the first down before running out of bounds. And that may have just iced this game for the Patriots. May's celebrating, his teammates are celebrating, everybody's congratulating him with a minute 51 left to go in this game, and I believe that has done it. The defender read it well from the Broncos, but in this weather just didn't quite have enough juice to hunt him down and stop him short. And it looks like those wheels of May have paid off. And let me just confirm this real quick. Oh, not quite. Okay. I thought May might still have more rushing yards than he had passing yards. It's 1st down. We just got an encroachment from the defense. One of the Broncos defenders just kind of sadly flopped across the line as the Patriots were getting ready to snap that ball. So it's 1st and 5 for the Patriots now, but I believe they're just going to come out in the victory position and take a couple kneels right at half field. Yep. May's under center. They're in the victory position. Refs are getting it ready. Broncos are barely even lined up. Yep. May takes the kneel down, and that is going to be the game. It is 10-7. Oh, my goodness. Patriots, once again, win another ugly, hideous, defensive brawl of a game. The offense does just enough to win them the game, while the defense stands strong. And sadly, we will not be getting a Jarrett Stidham Super Bowl. We will instead be getting a Drake May Super Bowl. A Drake May Super Bowl, if you will. Oh. 2nd down, Patriots taking another kneel. That brings up 3rd down and one final kneel to close this game out for the Patriots in their white uniforms in the snow, leaving Denver with a victory and heading on to Santa Clara for the Super Bowl. Woo! 1 bottle of Moxie down. That is the win. 3rd and 7, the final kneel down. It is official. The Patriots are your AFC champions. They will be going on to the Super Bowl. The Stid, he put up a good fight, but not quite good enough. Oh. Damn. Damn. Well, so much for 16-13. It is 10-7. Oh. What's the hold on? I have to check before I leave and get ready for the next game. I want to check one thing real quick. The Patriots have allowed a combined 26 points over their last 3 games. This Patriots defense has only allowed 26 points in the entirety of these playoffs. God,
This is going to be a crazy Super Bowl. Regardless of if the Rams or the Seahawks go on, this is going to be insane. I don't even know how this is going to shake out at the end of the day. But speaking of Rams Seahawks, we'll be back here at 6:30, probably a little bit earlier, for that game. In the meantime, I'm going to try to eat some dinner real quick before we are back for that. I hope you enjoyed this stream, and I hope you are back to watch who is crowned the NFC champion. Have a good one.